Hi everybody! I wanted to discuss my thoughts and feelings regarding the update that Scott gave his original Steam post. I'll quickly read it out and give you my thoughts afterwards. Part 2. Okay, as usual, despite my best efforts, things don't get conveyed as clearly as I would like. So let me try to put out a few of the fires. 1. If a game's completion is in question, I would rather just say that it's cancelled rather than say I may get back to it at some point, because the second just puts people on hold indefinitely. If I ever did start work on it again, I'm not sure I would pick up where I'd left off or completely start over. 2. Yes, I need a break. 3. No, it's not a troll, parentheses, would I ever troll you guys, in parentheses. 4. Yes, I want to make something more lighthearted just as a way of relaxing. 5. It would be free. And 6. No, you don't have to play it, winky face. Okay, so first off, totally understand needing to take a break from the dark horror games and stuff. Take a break. And totally understand doing something lighthearted to change the pace of what you have been working on, because Five Nights at Freddy's, for all intents and purposes, is not a happy, fun, sunshiny rainbow, unless we're talking about the one voiced by the same voice actor as Jimmy Neutron. So, probably doing something lighthearted and goofy is probably a really good idea. Manages to keep you sane. My problem with it is, with the post itself, is the way it kind of comes across like it's patronizing? I don't know if that's the right word, but the two things that really bugged me was point number 3 and the beginning part with, as usual, despite my best efforts. It kind of puts a little bit of frustration in me because it feels a little bit like, no, not really. I mean, you have done some work in trying to get what you want to say across to people, but it's not doing that good of a job, because there's people that will vehemently defend the idea that the purple guy is a toast-loving man fully purple named Vincent, which was a character created by a Tumblr user who quickly left the FNAF fandom when people got a little too into it, and every time canon changed in the games, or what we assumed canon changed in the games, people would freak out and yell at the Tumblr artist and be like, "You need to change this! How dare you!" among other things. And it was like, hey, don't use Vincent as purple guy. Please don't. People still do it. Now, there's also miscommunication with, like, the theorists and stuff that you've talked to, most infamously with MatPat, and the "you've almost got it right, but not all of it," and then your comment disappearing because it gets flooded by people being like, "Holy crap, Scott!" It's like, is this real Scott? No, it's not real Scott. That's real Scott, blah, 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 first. Among other things. And the hints and stuff aren't enough to really go much off of when there's conflicting evidence. Because, like, on the one hand, the FNAF 4 cutscene where the kid gets his head chopped, crushed, smashed, whichever. Is that the bite of 87? Or is that the bite of 83? There's compelling arguments for both. It could be, no, it's the bite of 83. That's why Fredbear's Family Diner kicks the bucket. Or, it's the bite of 87, but Fazbear Entertainment pulled some strings and, you know, made another accident that would overpower the news of the little kid getting killed, and then making up some bullcrap about, I don't know, it was the animatronics' fault. That's why Bonnie, Freddy, Chica, and Foxy aren't able to move around at night because they totally hurt the kid. Instead of, it was the bullies that shoved the brother in the head, in the suit, or something. Or, like, there's sometimes where Scott Cawthon answers questions that really didn't need to be given such power or attention. That's the right word. Like, does it really matter whether the Bengal is a guy or a girl? Does it really matter that we need to know the animatronics' gender or anything? Does it really matter that, how does the night guard go to the bathroom during the night shift? That was a legit question somebody had asked him, and he answered it. Don't drink the cup in the office. In a nutshell is what it is. And then just kind of giving sort of vague half answers to, like, the other important stuff. Just kind of ending it with, like, a winky face, or being like, I don't know, guys, you'll have to find out, you're getting close. It's like, we're not mind readers, Scott. We're not as stupid as you think, as it's coming across. But at the same time, we're not mind readers. We just, for a lot of people, and this is my opinion, we just want the dates of where these games take place. We want to know how many Michaels are there. And we want to know whether Bite of 83 or Bite of 87 happened in that FNAF 4 cutscene. And we just want to know why the killer did what he did. That's pretty much it. Did he do it for the lulz? Did he do it for revenge? Did he do it for vengeance? Is he the kid's father? Was it a woman who killed the kids? Are there multiple purple guys? But, like, every time that you come up, when you post something, when you talk about something, it's such, like, a rare occurrence that people are like, holy crap, this has to do something with the game. The game lore, we must analyze everything, because he's obviously made some thing that we have to be not aware of, but aware of that it's there, and it just kind of becomes like a mess. It becomes a mess. And it's kind of like, okay, and kind of ruins the appeal, so to speak, which kind of leads into the point number 3 he made that I also have a problem with. Would I ever troll you guys? I'm starting to think that Scott is like 2 different people who get the computer at 2 different times, because Scott, I don't think you remember the past couple of months, or right before the release of Sister Location with the Mature Edition, or the fact that Five Nights at Freddy's 3 got hacked and canceled, or FNAF 4, or any of the other games that you tend to claim, oh no, something happened to it. Bwah, bwah, bwah. And then people download whatever it is, or that, and turns out it's just a Five Nights at Freddy's reskin of one of your previous games. It's a little frustrating, because it's like, okay, are you serious now when you're saying you don't want to continue with this? Or are you just pulling our legs so we can be like, oh, Scott, thank goodness. I don't know why the entire fan base, I gave a high-pitched squeaky voice. Or something like that. It's like, you can't expect us to trust you and then pull the trolling events and stuff and then ask us to trust you again. It's kind of like The Boy Who Cried Wolf. There's only so many times that people are willing to buy and accept being trolled before they're just like, I'm out. Which is not good, in my opinion, if you're a game developer or you trying to sell your product to somebody, because it's like, oh yeah, totally gonna do the thing. It's a troll. From my experience, people with money don't like to give money away willy-nilly. So I'm kind of concerned that it's like that tap dancing on that line between, oh, he's such a trickster, silly coffin, to, okay, we can't buy it. Why should we put trust in you? Why should we spend money on your games and stuff if you're just going to troll us constantly about it? And I'm not saying rawr or anger to Scott himself. Guy's got ideas and stuff, and he knows what he's doing. I'm just kind of voicing my concerns of whether or not he's realizing that it's not working, or, in my opinion, not going as one would expect, or if he's prepared for backlash or stuff like that. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's like, on the one hand, I trust that Scott knows what he's doing, but on the other hand, I'm kind of tired of being trolled, and I just want to get some answers about Five Nights at Freddy's, just so I can be like, awesome. So, those are my thoughts, and if they made sense, awesome. If they didn't, I'm sorry. Go ahead and feel free to leave your comments and suggestions below with what you think with the update. If this is just a very convoluted troll, if this is just Scott being Scott, or he's legitimately talking about the games and needing a break, or something completely different. Either way, thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and bye-bye.